Hey there folks, my name is Caleb Downing and today we're going to talk a little bit about medical and going to the range. So let's talk about it. Alright, so I just finished up a nice day of shooting. No accidents happened. Somehow I came out of it without any cuts and scrapes. Usually I get some kind of cut or scrape or something, whatever. Probably have nasties all over my face, got nasties all over my hands, but I didn't get injured, alright? And that's a good thing. And that's what we expect to happen, but we should always anticipate other things happening. So I'm going to talk real quick about something that I use. I'm trying to incorporate it more often, and I should incorporate it all the time. I don't, but I should. But it's something to consider, something to really think about if you live an active lifestyle, whether it be shooting or even just adventure stuff outside. You're hiking a lot, you're four-wheeling, you're doing stuff. There's certain times people get hurt. A lot of times people get hurt, all right? And a lot of times people are very unprepared, right? Whether they can administer self-care, right? Or they have somebody with them that gets hurt, so buddy care, or they are helping somebody else, or they have medical equipment with them that maybe they don't even know how to use, but at least they have it with them so that if something happens, somebody can help them out. So today we're gonna talk real quick about this little guy. This is something that I have been carrying with me for the last little bit. Not near as much as I should, but like I said, I'm trying to incorporate it a little bit more into my daily use. But I try to especially have it whenever I go to the range. This is the ankle medical kit by the Warrior Poet Society. It's just it's a simple way to carry basic medical stuff with you, life-saving medical stuff with you, that is with you wherever you're running around, right? You throw it on before you go to the range. Technically, you probably should wear it a lot more than just the range kind of stuff. But if you're getting ready to head out of the house and go do some adventure stuff, whatever it is, throwing something like this on your ankle, it just disappears. It weighs practically nothing, but it has stuff in it that can really, really, really help you. Stuff in here, like this is I'm going to read it so I don't get it wrong. Probably don't even have the name of it on here. But it's an airway, right? It's the little tube that goes up your nose. I'm not going to try to say it. It's a little tube that goes up your nose so that if something happens to your lungs, something happens to your face and whatever kind of stuff, you can get an airway. Whether you know how to use it or I don't know exactly how to use it, I've never been trained on this specific one. I've seen little bits of little pieces and things enough to where I could attempt it, and I could probably do it, but I wouldn't want to do it to myself, but I have it just in case something happens. Maybe somebody else that's out there can help me with it, right? Or help save myself, whatever that is, right? Compression gauze, very important. If you get any kind of a substantial wound, you need to be able to pack that thing. So having a compression gauze, that's very important. The big packet here is a trauma pressure dressing, or a trauma dressing, right? So a dressing that, again, whether you are in a car accident, gunshot, hunting accident, you get skewed on a four-wheeler by a stick or something, having gauze, having stuff to pack a wound and wrap a wound and protect and keep you from bleeding out, keep the blood inside your body, right, until you can get professional medical help. This kind of stuff can save your stinking life. Leaving it in the packages just keeps it sterile, keeps it all compact. It's like vacuum sealed, so it packs a lot better. This thing did come with shears, trauma shears. I opted to take those things out, and I have a little bitty, this is actually from Cabela's, right? A little, like, welcome to the club kind of thing, whatever. But just a little multi-tool, basically, right? Knife, little screwdriver bits and pieces and things like that. I always have a knife on me, generally always have a knife on me, so if I have to rip off clothes or whatever, that's a pretty easy way to do it, but this gives me the ability to carry a multi-tool, because I'm not the kind of guy that carries the big multi-tool pack thing on the side. But this gives you some pretty good capabilities to do stuff. Not just with medical, but sometimes you need a multi-tool, and it gives me the ability to carry it. Anyway, also deep down in here, there is some gloves, and I would say if you're going to help somebody, see, they should come out a little bit faster than that, but if you're going to help somebody, even if you know the person, you may know them, they may be a friend, but you may not know every single little bitty thing about them. So having something, even if it's just to protect yourself, right? I learned this as a deputy, that there's a lot of gross stuff out there. It's a lot of gross stuff. Gloving up is a very important thing to do, all right? A lot of times, if it's people you really do know and you know they don't have certain things, you can get away with it, whatever, but having the ability to throw on some gloves to somebody you do not know from Adam, right? You don't know them at all. that's kind of an important thing, all right? And again, for somebody else, if you get hurt, you can grab off your kit maybe, or even point to your kit and say, I got medical stuff, help me out. Another very important thing, if you don't carry any of this, is this guy right here. This is a tourniquet, right? There's cats tourniquets, rats tourniquets. I think this is a rat's. Yeah, this is a rat's tourniquet. This thing is basically a giant bungee, right? I like this one because it wraps up a lot smaller, in my opinion, than the cat's tourniquet, and it's very easy to use. It's very easy to use. Doesn't take a whole lot of learning, and like I said, it's stretchy. It works very well, in my opinion. The cats, right? This is the rats. The cats tourniquet, some people will argue is better, and it all depends, but a lot of people that have these arguments and stuff don't carry either one. So if you carry one or the other, at least you got a tourniquet, right? It's better than trying to wrap a belt around your arm. Because yes, that can work. Yes, that has saved people's lives. I've had, my brother's life was saved by having webbing, right? Like regular webbing, right? We make like a Swiss seat out of it and stuff like that. His life was saved by that. If he had a tourniquet, it would have done the same thing, but probably would have done it a little bit better. Would have been faster too. But having something like that, that's basically all I have in here. It also has little pockets and stuff. You could keep extra little things like that in there. There's a lot of stuff you can put in here. Now, if you're a medical professional, you know specifically the things that you would need. So maybe some of this stuff you would opt out for. Maybe some other things you would put in. But the idea is that you should have medical with you, right? If you're out doing things that could easily get you hurt, right? And in the grand scheme of things, this is something you should seriously consider carrying with you, right? And a lot of places you can go with this kind of stuff. Take this guy out and you don't have a knife at all. You just have medical equipment, right? So getting into places that don't want you to have knives and guns, this is still something very important, because if something bad happens, whether it be at one of those places or on the road, and you get into an accident or you come upon an accident, you could save somebody's life. And probably more than likely, you could save somebody's life more with this stuff than with this stuff, okay? Just something to think about there for y'all. Let us know what you think about that. Do you carry medical equipment with you? If you do, what do you carry? If you don't, seriously consider it. Why not? Why don't you carry medical? When there's stuff like this out there, that makes it pretty stinking easy. All right, hope y'all enjoyed that. Y'all be good to be safe. Hopefully we'll catch y'all in the next video.